What's good, everybody? Your boy Pure Halloween. I'm back at it again, once again, time and time again, for another episode of the Hollow Podcast, where we talk about dream-related, big and small, and we talk about how it affects us. So today's topic is kind of a controversial matter. So I will get into depth on this one because I actually hadn't talked about the same topic 7 years ago, and yet apparently it's still a problem. Yo, what's up? So the topic is on this episode and game female character and female game. So let me explain the content. The God of War. It's some of you guys were in my earlier stream when I talked about this, so you guys understand what I'm saying. For those who not in there, so let me go ahead and break it down. So a couple of weeks ago, they brought up a new game called God of War La Fae, which everyone who hate it would complain about. Oh, we're Kratos, we're Kratos. I actually looked at the footage, like the actual gameplay of it, and it was pretty dang good. For me, personally. I don't know about anyone else. But from my point of view, it's a very good game. So I went, okay, ID%. When I first looked at it, it's like the opening credit, like, okay, cool. We still get that God of War vibe. But when I saw the combat, the actual combat system in that game, I went, oh, this is gonna be sick. Because let's all remember the Northern Part 1 and Part 2 of God of War, the Northern mythology, never had aerial combat. Earlier God of War game might have aerial combat. So with God of War Bay, to me personally, they were okay. They're keeping the northern kind of like keeping that northern mythology, but they added a little bit of the old aerial combat. It's like, which is dope. You can actually do some aerial combos. And there's like, yeah, let's go. That is sick. That's sick. But, and I actually saw the actual boss fight too. Was like, this is gonna be good. That's gonna be really, really good. And I gotta say, that is sick. 100%. But people are gonna be judging like, oh, we don't like this. They're gonna make a joke about having a female character in the game, and certain people, which I'm not. For me, I got no problem with playing as a female protagonist. For me, I'm like, okay, cool. It just I want to see the story how it plays out. and I want to play the game. That's me. But everyone like, oh, we don't have Kratos. We don't Kratos. It's like, dude, to keep that's it's wrong. And let me say this on the record: when the God of War Ragnarok game, if you guys remember that, you see Faye in there, and when Kratos rested, like go to sleep. So to me, it's like it's only fair that we see Kratos pop in there in the new game because she popped in the Ragnarok a bit. And what happened when I see the footage? I was right. Kratos popped in. It's like, okay. Now we're, that. He's a shut. I wanted to say, shut that down right now. Because let's be honest, they didn't play it, they didn't see it, which I paid attention to. And some people who was actually excited for the game saw it. It's like, I don't know their reaction, but I bet for me personally, when I saw it, it's like, I knew it. Kratos gonna pop in a couple times. Because let's be honest, Faye popped in Ragnarok a couple of times. So it's only fair. And guess what? I was right. So that's the foundation of where the topic's coming from. So we have people say, "Oh, I don't like playing. We don't like female protagonist." Not me, for the record. I got no problem. Give me a second. And why did give me? I don't know what happened. Jesus. Give me a second, guys. All right. For those who are joining in, sorry. What's up? It's your boy Pierre Hollow 89, back at it again, once again, time and time again. How y'all doing? We're doing another episode of the Hollow Podcast. We talk about streaming related big and small. Alright, so we are back in the, like I would have to do again. Some of you guys are probably are familiar of what the concept is, but for those who are just joining in, we're talking about gaming, female gamers and female characters in video games. So, but I'm gonna say this in the honest God matter. This crap, yeah, no, that crap ends right here, right now. I'm sick of that. And yet, we have the same freaking problems. Because clearly, in all honesty, been a problem for been a problem. And I think it's about time we put that sucker to rest. Let me go ahead and bring things into perspective. Hold on. So, what I found a little bit concerning is the fact that we are at to deal with people who are judging people by their by a game. And let me explain. I did this topic 7 years ago. And yet, to me, it's like nothing has changed in the past 7 years that would have it got fixed. To be completely honest with you guys, I have about had it with people saying being complete ass about female protagonists. It's like, or female gamers. It's like, dude, stop it. Like, I'm not trying to be no white knight. I'm not being no white knight at anything. I'm just sick of it. So, this crap need to stop. Here and now. Because if you don't stop, there's gonna be more problems. And then we already have it. It's already messing up already. I'm talking about the state of the world here. The world's already messed up already. So don't try to put this whole propaganda on us. If you got a problem with playing as a female character, fine, that's your problem. Don't put it out on everyone else. It's like, oh, you gotta do this way. Like, really? Yeah. Like, seriously, dude. Why? Like, nothing is really gonna change that much, people are going to be an ass. So yeah, that is pretty much what I'm thinking. This whole mess have been a cluster of the problems. But to me, it showed that there gotta be the big thing we gotta be doing. Because clearly there is a bigger issue at play. So, what I think we need to do to fix the problem, it's all about need to have it. Dude, sit down and look at each other. Look at it ourselves. And realize, okay, maybe this is the problem. I just don't want to address it. But the only way we're gonna get that problem solved is actually to sit down and talk about it. But yeah, that's bringing me to another point I want to talk to you guys about. You may seem like I'm all gun ho, but right now I have nothing left in my tank. Because I'm going to tell you the real truth. People in my family been kind of like saying I get emotional reacted to the point where like they don't want to talk to me about anything. So yeah, well, I have learned to be completely silent. Like completely silent. Because to tell you the honest God truth, I have been completely. I learned to be. I had to be silent a lot, and to be silent is the only way I know to keep the peace around my home. But people keep asking like, "Oh, why don't you just talk to somebody about your feelings?" There was just no, I won't because you know why? Because to me, every time I try to express myself, it get turned to the point where it get twisted up, make me look like the bad guy. To the point where it's like no, don't even point of trying to talk to anyone about it. So to the point where it's like, okay, I'll just keep my mouth shut because that way everything will be peaceful, and yet I have to deal with all the problem by myself. And people would say, "Oh, you don't need to be dealing with the problem." It's like, unfortunately, it is what it is. I had to. It it's the way it's got to be. It sucks that I had to do it this way, but honestly, I don't really have much of a choice. And so yeah, so I had to be the one who had to keep it mouth shut, let everything go with the way everyone get everyone what they want, and I get crap out of the deal. And when I try to and the honest truth here, I have lost the will to talk to my family. The point where there's no point to try to talk to them. Because no matter what I say, it would have got twisted. So now I am now. If I seem like I'm very distant lately, I want. I do want to give you guys a reason why this happened. So that way you guys will completely understand why I am the way I am right now. But summing up the today's topic. We are equal when it comes to the female protagonist, female gamer, female creators. We're all equals here. So get that crap out. And now you understand why I'm been like very detached emotionally. But all right, guys. I hope you enjoyed the talk podcast. The next podcast will be on June 20th at noon. And I will hope to see you guys there. Peace.